What's up, everybody? Dan here with Dan and Sarah Makers, coming back at you with another Tool Tuesday. We are almost done wrapping up our hammer review series. We've got 2 hammers left today and 1 more, and unfortunately, it's coming to an end. But that being said, I don't normally do this at the beginning of a video, but we are getting very, very close to 4,000 subscribers, and believe it or not, that's kind of a waypoint mark for YouTube. And we would be super, super excited if you haven't subscribed already and you like these videos even in the least bit, please subscribe. We would love to see that 4,000 mark get hit. We're really close. But moving on to other things. We are now up to the titanium hammer. This is the one that probably a lot of people have been thinking about for a while. It is a Stiletto, the TB2, or I think it's like a T-bone 2 or something like that. But anyways, this is the full titanium version of what was the original Ruger titanium 14-ounce hammer. I got this one back. This is actually my second one that I have. The first one I bought was back in probably, I think, right around 1999, 1998, when they just first came out. This has served me really well. I've modified the handle slightly so I could reseat the head better. But it's seen a lot of wear and tear, and I still really, really like this hammer. So, that being said, Stiletto came out with the new improved all-titanium version, where you don't have to worry about the head coming loose on a wood handle. And they've improved it with a few different features. One was the side puller for the nails, and then the other was a replaceable steel face. So the last little sliver of this face is a bolt-on steel head. That saves you the issue with the titanium waffle getting mashed and flattened out over time, which does happen probably primarily when you use it with a regular steel cat's paw. I think that would probably be the most damaging to a titanium hammer. But it's got a rubber grip, and it's a full titanium frame, basically. This was made by, you'll have to forgive me, I forget his first name, Martinez. He originally designed the original Ruger titanium hammer, worked with Stiletto quite a bit there, and then he broke off and started his own company later on, which, believe it or not, we'll talk about in the next video. But we still have the magnetic nail setter, and just an all-around nice hammer in my opinion. I've used this a little more than some of the other hammers that I've reviewed, and I believe Sarah's also used it quite a bit doing projects around here. And it's just a really nice hammer. The rubber cushion is just soft enough to kind of get a good purchase on it, where you don't feel like it's really hard like a nylon grip like the S-Wing hammers have, but it's not so soft that you're having to really kind of mush your hand into it and feel like the hammer's wiggling around. This stays, in my opinion, really nice and true when you're swinging it, and it's just an all-around good balanced hammer. It feels light, but it hits relatively hard in my opinion. So all in all, it's a good hammer. It's a little bit more on the spendy side, obviously, because it is a titanium hammer. If you look out there, you can probably, like anything tool-wise, you can find a pretty good price range from a good value. I hate to say cheap price because people associate cheap with quality. So a cheap thing is a low quality item, but you can get a good value. And then you can also go to other places that charge a very bad value or a high price, which doesn't necessarily mean that it's any better quality. So shop around when you're looking for something like this. The fact that it does have that replaceable waffle face on there leads me to believe that you probably are going to have this for a long, long time. That being said, titanium, it is strong, but it's not indestructible. So I wouldn't be surprised if somebody somewhere has used this to, wrench something sideways like beams or bundles of rebar or something like that and snap their handle somehow. Everybody's done it. I've seen Burke bars that are busted at the pry point, which is kind of surprising, but somebody managed to break a Burke bar. So somebody somewhere will have done this. So we'll shoot over to some video where I use this, and we'll come right back. All right, we're back. So as you can see, no problem driving nails. It wasn't wet lumber. It's unfortunately starting to get into fall here, which means rain. But it drove the nails just fine, really nicely. Again, real good feel to the hammer. You don't have an impact shock sensation when you're driving nails with this. I pulled nails 3 different ways to kind of demonstrate the different features of this hammer. This is one of the few hammers that we've tested where it was easily successful in all 3 ways of pulling nails. This side puller here really gets the nail quite well, and it just traps it and pulls it. Obviously, the only thing, and you do see it in the video, that you have to worry about when you're pulling a nail sideways like this is when that nail finally does pop free, it can fling with pretty good speed and force. So that's one thing to be aware of, but this does pull quite well. The claws, they pulled in the conventional manner. You have to yank on it. In the video you saw that for me to get the nail started. Again, wet wood tends to grip nails quite a bit better. But you don't have the worry about a wooden handled hammer separating from the head when you're yanking on it in line like that. And then the third way, I did kind of the zigzag where you pry it sideways and then you roll it the other way. That's kind of the alternative method other than having this nail puller on the side. And as you can see, this is sharp enough and just the angles are correct that you can actually walk that nail out. You pull it one way, it resets, you pull it the other way, and you can just stair step the nail out, which is a really nice feature. The magnetic nail setter, I didn't film it on this one, but it's a really nice groove. It holds the nail well. The step which the nail head actually sits against is really nice. It's not machined, but it's cast, but it still is a nice sharp angle where I don't feel like the nail's going to pop out of there, kind of like the DeWalt hammer had an issue with. So all in all, it's a nice lightweight hammer. This one's 15 ounces, which is 1 ounce heavier than the old wood one that I have. But you don't really notice that. Again, it's a really, really nice hammer. If you're going to invest in a hammer, if you're using one a lot, I would say this is definitely one to get. So that's pretty much all we got on this hammer. I look forward to using it on actual projects someday here. But like I said, please share, comment, like, subscribe. We're almost at that 4,000 subscriber mark. And if you look at our previous hammer videos, we're starting to actually get a lot of people that have these hammers and have used them. They have other hammers, they kind of are into this thing. And that's really beneficial. You learn tricks that I don't know, you may not know, somebody else knows. So get in there, leave some comments, be productive, be beneficial to everybody, because it is kind of an open forum. We don't need to go downhill like some channels do. Not that we have. But yeah, I really appreciate it, and I'm sure other people do too. When you start looking at spending close to $200 on a hammer, it's nice to hear other people's opinions. But yeah, we have some really, really cool stuff coming up here shortly, probably maybe later this week even. We should have some new videos coming out. We've got some new, very exciting stuff that we've been working hard on for the last month and a half or so. And we'll have some new videos coming your way showing what we're going to get into. So until next time, this is Dan, Dan at Makers. Have a good one. Bye.